style. Here's the replay coming up now.
Up at a third on the inside, followed by Rainbow, beaten Raleigh Speed, Royal Track going to the rear. Down the side, 750 metres to go. Faunus led Prince Kyrie second to the inside of Daybreak Lover. All over the skies and Clyde race a little bit greenly in fourth. A length and a half Rainbow. He's making up ground, and three last was Royal Trek. Onto the turn, 500 metres to go. Faunus first to the bend, a length and a half Daybreak Lover. Prince Kyrie third, followed by All Over the Skies, still racing greenly. In behind them Rainbow, and they're followed by Royal Trek. In the straight, about 400 metres to go. Faunus still a leader. Daybreak Lover called on now on the outside, but Faunus kicked on strongly with 300 metres to go. He's got half a length in Daybreak Lover. Palmer's about to go for the whip, and the favourite All Over the Skies battling on well. Faunus and Daybreak Lover. Now Daybreak Lover given a cut or two with the whip. Oh, he's a different colt. Immediately Palmer made him do something, and he had to hit him with the whip. He's stretching right away, Daybreak Lover. Oh, he's very good. Daybreak Lover by 4 lengths to Faunus. Third All Over the Skies and Royal Trek, then Rainbow.
He ran big time too, 58-1, and he only got going in the last 200 metres of the race. There he is, accelerating away from the field now. As soon as Gary put a bit of pressure on him, he responded, and he goes on to score very easily. Could be really good there, fellow. Daybreak Lover beating Faunus and All Over the Skies. Now, the second race on the program, the winner here was Deep Reflection in a boil over. Ran very fast time in Deep Reflection, too good for Hot Diggity, and third home was Shawana. Here's the replay coming up now. Deep Reflection getting out with a long lead in the middle part.
Shawana, one of the first to go. Deep Reflection, Hot Diggity got out well too. Rider Calstar showing some early speed. Shawana now getting back as third last on the inside of Kelly's Pearl and High King at the rear. Running the first turn, 1,100 metres to go, and Deep Reflection pulling hard, led a length and a quarter. Rider moving up on the outside, Hot Diggity third. A length and a quarter Keep Safe on the inside of Calstar, followed by Shawana, then High King inside Kelly's Pool. That's the pattern down the side, 900 metres to go. Deep Reflection hard against the bit, the leader. Had a break of 2.5 lengths to over Rider, a length and a half Hot Diggity. Keep Safe off the fence going forward. Shawana called upon her, starting to gain ground on the inside of Calstar, then Kelly's Pearl and High King whipping them in. On towards the crossing, 650 metres to go. Deep Reflection went further ahead to lead 5 lengths to Hot Diggity. He's moved off the fence in a second on the outside of Rider, then Keep Safe, followed by Shawana, Calstar, Kelly's Pearl and High King, who are starting a run. Around the home turn, 420 metres to go. Deep Reflection had a big lead of 5 lengths over Hot Diggity. Rider third, then Keep Safe. Here's Shawana coming up quickly now on the outside, followed by Kelly's Pool and Calstar. At the 300 metre mark, Deep Reflection 3 lengths clear. Shawana running home well as Hot Diggity, followed by Kelly's Pool. Deep Reflection clear with 150 metres to go. Now Shawana is hitting top gear, then Hot Diggity. Deep Reflection in front. Shawana, Kelly's Pool and Hot Diggity trying to get to him, but they mightn't make it. Deep Reflection in front and got there. Deep Reflection beat Hot Diggity, Shawana and Kelly's Pool. Rider behind them, followed by High King.
Now here's the tight shot over the final stages. You can see Deep Reflection nicely clear at that stage, but starting to get a little bit tired. And both Hot Diggity and Shawana making up ground. Ken pulling the whip in the final stages there, just to get him to go to the line, and Deep Reflection a little too good for Hot Diggity, and third home was Shawana. There he is coming back to Scarlett in very fast time. And here now is the winning jockey, Ken Sawyers. Ken, coming down the side, they were pretty daring tactics to kick away like that and get about 4 or 5 lengths in front. Did you go out with the idea of doing that?
No, well, we went out, before we went out, we had a good look at the field, and there wasn't much in there that sprinted, you know, so we thought, well, we'll let him go to the lead, and we'll just work it out from there, you know.
In the middle stages, he was going so well, and you just decided to let him slip along, eh?
Yeah, well, that's right, yeah, well, he began okay, and he showed a fair bit of speed, so he went to the lead, and he was always travelling real well, and coming to the turn, he was just travelling so easy during the race. I said, well, he's about time to do something, so we let slide and make him chase us, you know. In
the straight, you were getting a bit worried. I noticed you were sneaking a look over the shoulder to see how close they were getting to you, and you were half thinking about going for the whip. In the last little bit, you pulled the whip.
Yeah, well, at the furlong, I was sort of looking around for him. I thought they should have been coming near me, you know, yeah. But he fought on real well, the old fella, and it was only that last little bit that I did get desperate, and I had to go for him then, but he gave me everything.
The third event on the program wrapped up a winning double for Gary Palmer. He won the first on Daybreak Lover, and is successful in the, I'll try that again, successful in the graduation on Sweet Reclaim, beating Banakin, and third home was Memory Shoes. Memory Shoes got out with a long break in the early part of the race, but couldn't hold him off over the final part. Sweet Reclaim winning well.
Along to get an early spot. Memory Shoes and Red Connors are going fast soon after the start. Jeff is getting back in the field. He's had a 4-runner settling down. Behind him a Whitecap's Dayak. And Wing Sing on the fence at the tail of the field. Swing up the side, 1,850 metres to go. Red Connors went to the lead. A length clear now of Memory Shoes. Sweet Reclaim third, followed by Typical Aussie. Count and Gold is running fifth on the outside of Mingdor, then Banarkin. Royal Dip a little worse than midfield, but on the fence, followed by Persian Manor. Lagom Lady are starting to gain ground, followed by Jeff Dayak, Wing Sing and Whitecaps whip them in. Going over the back now, about 1,500 metres to go, and there goes Memory Shoes up on the outside to go to the lead. A length and a half, Red Connors, 2.5 lengths, Sweet Reclaim. 2 lengths further back, Typical Aussie, followed by Count and Gold. Mingdor on the fence, then Banarkin. Royal Dip travelling well inside Persian Manor. A length Lagom Lady moving around the outside was Dayak, followed by Jeff Whitecaps, and Wing Sing is at the tail of the field. Running to the back turn, about 1,100 metres to go. And Shoemaker's let Memory Shoes loose. He raced away to lead 8 lengths now. Red Connors second, Sweet Reclaim third, followed by Typical Aussie. Banarkin starting to stride up on the outside. Mingdor's in behind them, followed by Count and Gold. Royal Dip's coming off the fence now. Persian Manor is starting a run. Lagom Lady in behind them, and they're followed by Dayak. Jeff is third last down the side. Next to last, Wing Sing. And Whitecaps at the tail of the field. 700 metres to go, and Memory Shoes well clear. Had a break of lengths, 8 lengths over Red Connors. Sweet Reclaim third, then Banarkin. There goes Royal Dip up very quickly now on the outside. Running home solidly. Typical Aussie next, followed by Mingdor, Lagom Lady. Count and Gold is next, and they're followed by Dayak. Jeff a big job in front of him. He's punched hard on the home turn, third last, then Wing Sing. Into the straight, 400 metres to go. Memory Shoes led, but coming back to them. Sweet Reclaim moves into second, then Banarkin. Royal Dip battling on well on the outside, followed by Red Connors. Memory Shoes led at the 300 metre mark. Sweet Reclaim and Royal Dip down the outside. Banarkin's battling home well, so is Typical Aussie, but Sweet Reclaim went to the lead at the 100 metre mark. Clear now of Memory Shoes, Banarkin and Royal Dip, and Sweet Reclaim too good, a tidy performance. And Sweet Reclaim won well from Banarkin, third Memory Shoes or Royal Dip. Just behind them, Typical Aussie, followed by Wing Sing. Jeff disappointing, then Mingdor.
Final stages, and there he is, Sweet Reclaim, zooming past Memory Shoes. He goes on to win it very easy. Good style of a horse too, Sweet Reclaim. And Gary just putting the whip away at the final stages there, and quite an impressive win to Sweet Reclaim. Next race, and the winner here was Lord Meady's. Nicely ridden by Mike Pelling, coming up on the outside just after they turned for home, and he put the issue beyond that. Nureyev battled on fairly well, but all Lord Meady's over the final stages. Nureyev second, Sheshbesh third.
Lord Meady's moves up to share the lead on settling down. Nureyev is steadied in next to last place, and Lou Fair is immediately going to the rear of the field. Running out of the straight now, about 1,900 metres to go. John Claude, the leader. A length and a half clear as they turn round that false rail. Coming back into view here. Up they come now, 1,810 to go. John Claude, the leader. 2 lengths, Lady Pagal. Lord Meady's third on the outside of Sheshbesh, who settled well on the rail. 3 parts of length further back, Nureyev, and a length and a quarter last was Lou Fair. No speed on at the back turn now, 1,600 metres to go. John Claude on a tight rein, burling along. Led 2.5 lengths to Lady Pagal, who's pulling very hard. 3 parts of length, Lord Meady's. He settled okay. A length and a quarter, Sheshbesh, travelling well. A length and a quarter further back, Nureyev, and half a length further back, Lou Fair, who's starting to stride up on the outside. Over the back now, 1,300 metres to go, and John Claude steadied again, the leader. A length there, Lady Pagal. 3 parts of length, Lord Meady's. A length and a half, Sheshbesh, Lou Fair, who's starting to pull a little on the outside of Nureyev on the fence. That's the pattern of the back turn. 1,150 metres to go. John Claude about to be joined by Lady Pagal, pulling very hard on the outside. A length and a half, Lord Meady's third. A length and a half, Sheshbesh. Nureyev next on the inside of Lou Fair. Starting to heighten the tempo down the side, 900 metres to go. John Claude on the fence, the leader. A half Lady Pagal, a length and a quarter further back, Lord Meady. Sheshbesh about to make his move on the outside. Lou Fair is starting to wind up too on the outside, and Nureyev is lurking in behind them. A compact field down the side, 700 metres to go. John Claude was still a leader from Lady Pagal. There goes Lou Fair up very quickly to tackle the leaders. Sheshbesh is next on the outside of Lord Meady's, who's coming off the fence as they near the home turn, and Nureyev in behind them. On the corner, 450 metres to go. Now the pressure's on. Lady Pagal joined by Lou Fair. John Claude's had enough on the inside. Lord Meady's easing out. Sheshbesh to the outside. And Nureyev is starting to work his way through in the centre. Here's a great go. 350 metres to go. Lord Meady swept up and got to the lead. Sheshbesh is tackling him, then Lou Fair. Nureyev's in the clear now. Lord Meady's led with 150 metres to go from Sheshbesh, Lou Fair and Nureyev, but Lord Meady's clear. Pelling pull the whip to make sure. Lord Meady's is stretching out well. He's too good. 4 in a row for him. Lord Meady's a big win. Lord Meady's first, Nureyev second, third, Sheshbesh, all Lou Fair, then came Lady Pagal. He's
certainly in great form at the moment, Lord Meady's, graduating to open company yesterday and going on to score quite easily. He's pushing him right out to the line there, and he goes on to beat Nureyev easily at the end, and third home was Sheshbesh. They're toying with the idea of a Queensland Cup start, 3,200 metres, and the Recognition Stakes is also on his programme. There's Mike Pelling coming back to scale now after his win on Lord Meady's. He rode that horse perfectly too, gave him every possible chance. We were able to talk to Mike shortly after the weigh. Mike, the way he looked over the final stages there, he could develop into quite a handy horse.
Yeah, Wayne, he really has surprised us that he's been able to come through the classes so quick and so well. You know, he hasn't put a foot wrong.
Mike, there's plenty of acceleration there when you popped in the big question. Just after straightening up, he dashed away from them, and but gee, he got to the line good, didn't he?
Yeah, he was always travelling well. He's a sort of a horse. He's a charm to ride. You know, you just put him where you want him, and whatever you want him to do, he'll do. And when the time come, all you got to do is get the run and.
Yeah,
see,
right.
You know.
Mike, I think they're thinking about running him in the Queensland Cup, 3,200 metres. What about him over that journey?
I think there's no real reason why he can't run the distance. He's a very, very quiet, easy horse to ride, but I think 3,200 metre races are something that you just have to run in them to find out.
Right, well, that takes care of the first half of the programme from Eagle Farm yesterday. We'll take a break and return with the remainder. Rider ridden by Red Ballad, having a first start in Queensland. And she was too good for the favourite Fast Blood. Fast Blood was in front, but confidentially got off the rails, picked him up close to home and went on to score. Swift Avon finishes third.
Well away too, and Swift Avon began well. Bold Chapel going up to share the lead. Emu caught in behind them, a little better than midfield, followed by Asheen, then Bull Brown slipping up on the inside. Ben's back is out 3 wide, and Gaucho immediately going to the tail of the field. Over the back, 1,300 metres to go, and there goes Fast Blood to the lead and slowing them down. Swift Avon pulls hard in a second. Bold Chapel is third, confidentially pulling hard fourth on the fence. Going up Ben's back, Bull Brown reefing and pulling midfield. Silent Strength next on the inside of Emu Court, followed by Asheen and Gaucho the trailer. Out the back turn, 1,000 metres to go, and Fast Blood going very easily. Let a length and a quarter. Swift Avon on the inside of Ben's back. Bull Brown about to move around the outside to get close to the lead. A length and a half further back then Bold Chapel. He's going up on the outside of Confidentially, who's midfield on the rail. Then Emu Court on the outside of Silent Strength, followed by Asheen, and Gaucho was last. Down the side, 700 metres to go. Fast Blood going easily, joined now by Bull Brown, who moved up on the outside. A length and a half, Swift Avon third on the inside of Ben's back. They're followed by Bold Chapel, confidentially 6 in the rail. Asheen staking his claim now. Emu Court going forward, followed by Silent Strength, and still Gaucho whipping them in. Around the home turn, about 400 metres to go. Fast Blood on the fence, still going okay. Bull Brown at him again on the outside. Swift Avon in a close third, and they're followed by Ben's back, Bold Chapel, and Asheen to the outside. 250 metres to go. Fast Blood a length clear. Swift Avon out after the leader quickly now, and they're followed by Bull Brown. Fast Blood under the whip, the leader. Swift Avon and Confidentially is getting a needle eye opening. Fast Blood, Confidentially, and Swift Avon, they go towards the line. They hit it confidentially. Confidentially got up to beat Fast Blood and Swift Avon. Then Emu Court, Gaucho, Asheen and Bull Brown. Bold Chapel for the by.
The run came for Confidentially about this point, 150 metres from home. You can see us spearing through in the centre there. That's Fast Blood on the rails and Swift Avon on the outside. Red riding her hard with a whip, and she got up right on the post to win Confidentially, beating Fast Blood. And third end was Swift Avon. She's a little bit easy in the betting, got out to start at 6-1 Confidentially. As I mentioned before, her first run here in Queensland, and she's been able to notch up a win. And here's the winning jockey, Red Ballad. Right in the early part of the race, looked as though you had your hands full. She wanted to pull a little bit.
Yeah, well, I wanted to get in behind the leader, let something go. But they weren't putting on much speed, and she was pulling a bit, you know. Once a couple got round me, she settled all right.
Yeah, when did she come back to you?
Oh, about the 5, you know, just after the 5 she settled nicely.
And she travelled okay then, eh?
Well, they put on a bit of speed after they got round the 900 metre turn, and that made it a lot better for her. She was travelling beautiful then.
Mate, in the straight, you were back behind the pace, and you were looking for a run. Was it always going to come, or was it in doubt for a while?
Well, I thought for a split second there it might have been in doubt, because Fast Blood didn't seem to kick on like I thought he would. And when Swift Avon went up to him, I thought they were just going to battle it out between each other, you know. But Swift Avon started to get out a bit under pressure and got through in the centre. Was real good.
When it came, she took full advantage of it, didn't she?
Well, she took it real quick, yeah.
She won again, I guess, eh?
Oh, I think so, yeah.
Good on you, mate.
Thanks a lot, Wayne.
Race 6, and the winner here was Rockathon, ridden by Kerry Smith, starting the favourite at 2-1 and landed some big wages too. Firmed in from 4s to start at 2s, Rockathon, and beats Montpellier Prince, and Baku Time finishes third. There's a good run in this race. Larger Leap comes from last in the early stages.
And Rockathon near the inside, 2 of the best to go, and Montpellier Prince began well. He's up running third. A Rousnap in behind the leaders. Genderly in 5th spot on settling down. Baku Time's ridden hard, has raced up on the outside. Little Mimi about midfield. Susu is next to last. Grey Colnick third last. Larger Leaf goes to the rear. Flattening out of the first turn, 1,000 metres to go. Rockathon went to the lead from No Clues on the inside of Baku Times. A length and a half, Montpellier Prince, fourth inside, Gendalia. Rasnap next, then Glory to be on the outside. Little Mimi starting to make ground in the centre. A length and a half, Bay Emerson racing on the inside of Lowland Red, then Grey Colnick on the outside of Susu. And the trailer, Large Elite. 700 metres to go, and Rockathon the pilot. A length clear of Baku Times and No Clues as third. 2 or 3 lengths further back, Montpellier Prince, followed by a Rasnap Gendalia. Moving up on the outside, Glory to be. Over the inside, Little Mimi, Bay Emerson, Lowland Red, followed by Grey Colnick starting a run. Susu next to last. Large Elite whipped them in as they turn for home. Into the straight, about 420 metres to go. Rockathon the leader. Baku Times moves into a close second now. No Clues third. Here's Montpellier Prince, full of the outside. He's running home well too. Little Mimi further out, followed by a Rasnap. Large Elite down the outside. Grey Colnick gaining ground at the 200 metre mark. Rockathon forward on. He's the leader. Montpellier Prince into second place. Then Baku Times, but Rockathon holding Montpellier Prince. Rockathon goes generously to the line. It's a big effort, and Rockathon won the money. Second, Montpellier Prince. Third, Baku Times. Large Elite for Bay Emerson. Grey Colnick just behind.
Here's the tight shot of the final stages there, and you see Rockathon in front. Montpellier Prince on the outside, trying hard to pick up Rockathon, but Rockathon is responding to that hard whip riding and is going away close to home, and Rockathon beats Montpellier Prince, and Baku Times finishes third. Now to the last race of the day, and Serene Habit just got up to Pip Chaussee right on the post in this one, with Serene Emblem finishing third. The winner starting the favourite at 9-4 and running right up to that good run at Doomben 2 weeks ago.
Serene Habit won the start near the inside. Serene Emblem well away, and Fairy Lady began brilliantly as up running a close third, settling down. Wide around Chaussee is going very fast to hit the lead on, settling. Robin's Charm and Sacravia going quickly. Blue Jeans in a little bit of trouble early, getting back to midfield. Davbrew is next to last. They race down the side, and at the 800 metre mark, Chaussee steadied out in front the leader with a break of 2 lengths over Robin's Charm into second. Serene Emblem third, followed by Fairy Lady going well fourth inside Sacravia. Serene Habit is seventh on the inside of Blue Jeans. Then Ace Roller, Princess Type, a whistle stop, followed by Torelliana. Next to last is Davbrew approaching the home turn, and Princess Bogan went to the rear. On the corner, 450 metres to go. Chaussee first to the bend. Elected a quarter clear now. Robin's Charm hustled up on the outside. Just behind them, Serene Emblem, followed by Fairy Lady. Then Sacravia running home well. Serene Habit has pulled out to the centre, starting to gain ground, and they're followed further back by Davbrew and Princess Bogan. At the 200 metre mark, Chaussee just led Robin's Charm. Serene Habit with a big run, then Sacravia. Serene Emblem and now Fairy Lady finishing well. Chaussee led close to home. Serene Habit coming at Chaussee. Chaussee and Serene Habit, Princess Type are flying. They hit the line, and it's all dead heat almost. Serene Habit and Chaussee and almost a dead heat. It could go either way. In the photo for third, Davbrew and Princess Type.
Must have really been the last stride that Serene Habit got to Chaussee. Now, here's a good shot. You can see Chaussee going to the lead. Fairy Lady battling on fairly well, and Serene Habit not in camera range at this stage, and she pops up right on the post to beat it. There's Serene Habit joining in right on the line and got Chaussee right on the post. Serene Habit starting the favourite at 9-4 and ridden by Shane Scriven in that last race. Okay, now let's check out the TAB information from the meeting yesterday at Eagle Farm. Winning combinations, 2-3-1, Sweet Reclaim, Confidentially, Serene Habit. The double paid $5.60 and the treble paid $23.45. That was the meeting yesterday at Eagle Farm, Sydney and Melbourne, of course, coming up a little later, as well as that interview with the Melbourne Cup jockey, Mick Dittman, around about 10:50.
Town, Gurner's Lane and Kingston Town. Gurner's Lane going a shade the better, and Gurner's Lane wins the Cup from Kingston Town.
Well, Mick, first of all, congratulations.
Thanks very much, mate.
Mate, now that you're back on earth again, and you've had a couple of days to think about it, what does it feel like to be a Melbourne Cup winner?
Well, I think it takes a while to set in, and you know, only probably on Wednesday when I was flying home in the plane, you start to let down. You think to yourself, oh God, you know, man's won a Melbourne Cup. But it's something you like to achieve. You never think you really will. So you know, it's something I'll never forget.
Mick, you had a fair bit of luck on your side. Just going back to the Thursday before the Cup, which was also the Thursday before the Derby, you were involved in a track fall at Caulfield from the Derby winner, Grosvenor.
That's right. Well, what actually happened there was Grosvenor was working with Chagmar, and they were working on the course proper. And Chagmar was working in front of him. I had to give Chagmar a bit of start because Grosvenor's a pretty good worker. And I was about 2 lengths behind him, and Chagmar fell at the half-mile turn and slipped across in front of me. And, you know, he knuckled and stumbled over the top of him and had a bit of harmless fall it was. But those things always worry you. And at that particular time, I sort of came down on the wrong angle and twisted my ankle, and the next day I had an ankle up you know, as big as your head.
Yeah, well, that's something that we didn't know up here, but you were in doubt to ride Grosvenor in the Derby.
It seemed to get a bit worse as the days went on. On Saturday, I had to bandage it up and take some painkillers, and as luck had it, or would have it, I had the pressure of the iron wasn't on the sore part of my foot,
Right, yeah.
which was, you know.
Yeah. Saturday night, when the barriers came out, 23 Ellie, did that worry you at all with Gurner's Lane?
Well, those things are always a worry, but, you know, bad alleys in big races, you know, time and time again, they proved to be, you know, not all that disadvantage.
Mick, what was your plan from the start of the Melbourne Cup? Was it to do what you did?
No, I really had no plan. I just thought, well, maybe he would be in the, you know, first half of the field. And I was hoping that a horse like the horse drawn outside me, Sir Avon, I was hoping that he'd begin a bit and take me forward. But, you know, you can never make plans before a race. It never turned.
That just didn't work out at all.
No,
you thought you'd be in the first half. You're in, well, third last at the pace the first time.
Well, possibly if he'd have jumped properly, he would have been in the first half.
Yeah.
But then he might have been 3 and 4 wide and he couldn't have won. So, you know, luck plays a big part in racing, and especially big races.
Was there ever any stage coming down the straight the first time when he was back third last, a long way from the lead, that you thought to yourself, well, gee, I got the job ahead of me now?
No, well, it's... I was pleased with where I was.
Yeah, really?
Well, you know, I got across to the fence fairly quickly, and you know, I think that was half the battle. Like I enjoyed being on the fence. I didn't want to be that far back. But going out of the straight the first time, I was you know, ahead of about 4 or 5 runners, and I was a fair way back. But you know, I wasn't unhappy with where I was. You
started to improve your position from about the 1200 on. You got up to about midfield coming to the corner, but then ran into a little bit of trouble just as you straightened up.
Well, he never kept going forward. He just had to steady for a few strides, horses in his road as they straightened. But he got a pretty good run. You know, there was no inconvenience at all.
After a bit of a bustle up with Port Carling about the 200-metre mark, well, it was home and hose then, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, when he came around Port Carling and he started to make his run, he was in the clear. He ducked back to the fence and chopped Port Carling a bit short.
He did or you did?
He did. I'm blaming him.
OK.
Homeward bound, 600 metres left to go, and Kingston Town moving up on the outside of Noble Comment. They're followed in third place by Triumphal March, who's battling back. Wider on the track was Astralin. L.A. Beijou coming into it too. 400 left to go. Noble Comment joined by the King. Kingston Town on the outside. Judge the lead now from Noble Comment. Sir Avon finishing well out wide, followed by L.A. Beijou. Then Triumphal March, 250 metres left to go. The crowd roars. Kingston Town in front. Noble Comment fighting back, followed by Sir Avon on the outside, and Gurner's Lane flying on the inside. Gurner's Lane after Kingston Town. Gurner's Lane and Kingston Town. Gurner's Lane going a shade the better, and Gurner's Lane wins the cup from Kingston Town. Tight the third. Noble Comment on the inside. Wide on the track, Bianco Lady, and then Sir Avon.
Mick, at the end there, when you got to Kingston Town, you weren't really fair dinkum with the whip. You were just sort of frightening him to the post, more or less.
Well, when I first got the split about 300 metres out, you know, I revved him then. I'd give him a few good hard ones then.
But that last little bit?
Well, I wasn't cutting him in half, but, you know, I was keeping him going.
All right, Mick, what about the future? As far as Gurner's Lane's concerned, it's a spell, I believe.
Yeah, I don't really know what he's going to do with him, but I'd say his ultimate aim would be to set him for the Melbourne Cup next year. I'd say more than likely he'd bring him to Brisbane, and he could even be a, you know, Brisbane Cup contender.
Just staying on him for a moment or two, did he feel a bit immature? Has he reached his ultimate yet?
I think he could be improved. He, you know, he's very. The good part about it is you had him so fit. Yeah. You know, I rode him work on the Thursday morning. The morning I went out to ride Grosvenor. It was the morning Grosvenor had the fall, and he worked over 2,000 metres. And I'd say the last 100 yards, he only just started to get his work get into the act. You know.
Mick, were you aware of the problem that he had with his leg on the Monday?
No, I wasn't. No, Jeff Murphy rang me on the Tuesday morning, and he said, I might have to take this horse out. That was early. And I thought, oh, well, it's the way racing goes, isn't it? And it's the only ride I had in the day. I thought, well, I'll get straight in the plane and come home.
How bad was the leg? Obviously bad, because he was going to take him out.
Yeah, well, it mustn't have been too good. He had swelling in the front of the joint, and he said he took him to the beach and put a bit of work into it, and apparently went down.
What about your own future, Mick? We've read time and time again that you don't like going away. You like the lifestyle here in Brisbane, but I guess those offers are starting to get that big now that you've got to start thinking about it.
Well, I think that, you know, I think there could be a chance that I might do a season in Melbourne shortly, given a bit of thought anyway, but I like the way I do things, you know. I like to go to Sydney and do the carnival, and I like to go to Melbourne and do their carnival, and back home and do this carnival here, you know.
Yeah.
That's the ultimate way to do it, live in style where I am. But travelling gets on your works at times. But I've had a couple of offers to go to Melbourne and just give it a try. And
one with Murphy, is it?
yes, well, he's got a lot of good horses at the moment, and, you know, if things keep going the way they are, you know, could be tempted down there for a short period of time anyway.
But you like this lifestyle here in Brisbane, mate? Nice and relaxed and
Well,
pottering around with the horses?
It's hard to beat, isn't it? It's, you know, it's something you couldn't go to Sydney and get, or Melbourne and just move straight into, you know. But I like the way things are going at the moment.
All right, Mick, congratulations on the Melbourne Cup win, mate.
The nation's in a fever, you're bound to be caught up. First Tuesday in November, they run the Melbourne Cup.
I hope Mick enjoys that little holiday he's been given too. We'll take a break and be back with all the action from Melbourne. The Derby, it was some great racing, wasn't it?
Yeah, there certainly was, and on Thursday, the Oaks and the Linlithgow provided two of the highlights. The Oaks is a great race. Over the final stages, things got tight, and Pat Highland was seen to push Rom Stiletto up on the inside of a couple of runners, and then have a great battle with Homemade over the last 250 metres of the race. And right on the post, the grey filly was just a shade too good. Here's the replay of the Oaks now.
Miss Clicko, 600 out on the corner, only 6 lengths covered first and last. Sunnyvale led about a length into the straight. From on the inside, Rom Stiletto looking for a run through inside Homemade. Then Rayonia out wider Confessions, and there followed then by Carringbush Lady. English Wonder pulled about 6 or 7 wide. Rom Stiletto's got up on the fence. Homemade and Rom Stiletto went up the join. Sunnyvale, and the three of them are in line. They're well clear of Confessions at the moment, and now Royal Regatta getting out under the whip from Measured Tread, but it's Homemade and Rom Stiletto. Rom Stiletto ahead in front. Homemade trying to bridge the gap. It's drawn level now. Rom Stiletto and Homemade, they hit it, and Rom Stiletto, a magnificent ride, has won by a nose from Homemade. Third, about 3 lengths away, might have been Confessions from Sunnyvale, Measured Tread, More Rain.
Now to the weight for age race, the Linlithgow Stakes. Only a small field, but a really classy field, and Galleon doing just a little bit better than My Axeman, and the mighty Manikato finishing third. Here's the replay of the Linlithgow now.
Keep in close touch. He doesn't want any breakaway. 1.5 to Mighty Manitou and 1/2 to My Axeman. 600 out, they're about to turn. Manikato's travelled well. About a half length to Galleon, a length to Mighty Manitou and My Axeman together. In the straight with 500 to go, and it's Manikato a half length to Galleon, who's doing it all right too. My Axeman pulled to the outside now from Mighty Manitou at the 300. Manikato's been grabbed by Galleon, and My Axeman the outside. They've dropped Mighty Manitou off. Manikato fighting back. My Axeman might cause a boil over. No, Galleon got his head in front of Manikato, but My Axeman coming at them. 3 of them in line, 20 metres to go. Galleon and My Axeman, and Galleon one at a nose to My Axeman. A length to Manikato third, and 4 or 5 lengths away last, Mighty Manitou.
That was a good race, that one. OK, now the final day of the Melbourne Cup Carnival yesterday at Flemington. And the opening event, the Ottawa Stakes, was won by Convamore's Delight, beating the short price favourite Sentimental Lady. Sentimental Lady started at 10 to 9 on, tightening in from 10 to 9 against. Here's the replay of the Ottawa Stakes coming up now. Convamore's Delight beating Sentimental Lady, Fairy Ribbons third.
They were followed back behind those horses by Alert Baroness. With 600 to go, coming onto the course proper. And the leader here, My Marseillaise, only about a half length to Sentimental Lady. A length Convamore's Delight, Reflect on Glory from Emelinsky, Mad Chen. Then Fairy Ribbons, and they're getting away from the rest, headed by Leighton Heights. 400 to go. My Marseillaise is hard at it, with on its outside a neck away Sentimental Lady. A length further back now, Reflect on Glory. Sentimental Lady quickly had My Marseillaise beaten. Drew a length in front from Reflect on Glory. Convamore's Delight's going to be the danger, getting out, and My Marseillaise coming again. He's gone for the whip on Sentimental Lady. Convamore's Delight's run up to it and has got its measure, I'd say. And they're clear from My Marseillaise and Fairy Ribbons, and Convamore's Delight a neck in front as they get near the line. And Convamore's Delight's one at a neck to Sentimental Lady. 2 lengths to Fairy Ribbons third, 2.5 lengths to My Marseillaise, and then came...
A third horse ran on good there, Fairy Ribbons. Could be getting close to the money. Second event, and the winner here was Asheen beating Artesian, and third was Gypsy Miss. Stolen Song, the unplaced favourite at 2-1, didn't have a great deal of luck.
1.5 Neptune Princess running about 5th on the inside of Hello Shady, pulling 1.5 to Asheen. Then Gypsy Miss over on the fence from Artesian, 2 lengths to Tokenwall, followed by at the head of the rest Bit of Gold and Lemon Princess. On the corner, 600 out, and the leader, Double Fran, 1/2 to Monetize. Stolen Song looking for the run. Hoopla Henna 3 deep, and Hello Shady coming 4 wide. Neptune Princess held up with Stolen Song, and then Artesian to the outside with Asheen. Double Fran immediately grabbed by Hello Shady and Hoopla Henna. Asheen joined them. Stolen Song's got badly blocked. Artesian coming with a run, and Neptune Princess getting out. Asheen in front. Artesian running to it at the 200. They're both under the whip, and they're clear of Gypsy Miss. Asheen hanging onto a half-length lead from Artesian with 100 to go. Skelton using the whip, and Asheen's coming on to win. Asheen wins it nearly a length to Artesian, 3 lengths away third, Gypsy Miss from Tokenwall. Stolen Song next. Didn't fire all that much when it got out from Hello Shady, Neptune Princess.
Now, the third event, the Flemington Stakes, and the winner here was Longwood Lad, starting equal favourite at 5-2, with the second place get a Keepers, third Luskin Road.
It's back near the rear of the field and with a vengeance last. Longwood Lad had taken over at the 800, crossed to the fence to lead by 2 lengths now to Gypsy Gold, a length to Night Diamond, then Forbidden Favours, a length to Unser, Keepers out wide on the track. They were followed by Luskin Road back behind them, and Cabin, who's racing a bit greenly, and Jungle Habit back near the rear. But Longwood Lad with about 500 to go is 2.5 lengths in front of Night Diamond. Then Gypsy Gold. They were followed further back. Cabin starting to run on well now. Keepers is under the whip and running greenly with Luskin Road making their runs out wide. Longwood Lad clear. Keepers starting to get into top gears out after him now. Longwood Lad 2 in front at the 200. Keepers the danger, and then Luskin Road. Longwood Lad, he's had to go for the whip. Weymouth. Keepers trying to pick him back, but Longwood Lad's fighting on. Norman Weymouth back in the saddle today and is going to land the winner. And down to the line, Longwood Lad drew away, won by 2 lengths to Keepers. Luskin Road third, 4th Night Diamond, 5th Cabin.
Race 4, and the winner here was Synsky beating Bizet, and third home was My Jeweller. Synsky started the favourite at 7-4, jumped straight to the lead, travelled easily out in front, and was never really threatened.
Synsky led past the 800, 3/4 of a length now to Lord Lebray, 1.5 lengths Bizet doing it well from Grey Khan, 2 lengths to Gaelic Chief and 1/2 then to Cavallo, 1.5 lengths to Kent and Space Odyssey, and a gap to My Jeweller. On the corner, Synsky 3 parts to Lord Lebray, looking for the run, Grey Khan and Bizet waiting to try and go between them, but Lord Lebray's running all over the track in front of it. 2 lengths away, Gaelic Chief and Kent making a run. In the straight, Synsky beat off Lord Lebray from Grey Khan, who's got out. Now Bizet under the whip coming down the outside, but Synsky 2 in front at the 300 from Grey Khan. Bizet's working home strongly, but Synsky's got a good lead. Bizet the danger. It's Synsky at the 200, 1.5 lengths in front. Bizet's not coming after him quick enough, and Let's Go's for home now, and Synsky bolts away. Synsky goes on to win by about 1.5 lengths to Bizet. My Jeweller's come home like a train for third. 4th, Grey Khan from Space Odyssey, Lord Lebray.
Now, the main race of the day, the George Adams, and great go here between Getting Closer and Magari, with the honours to Magari just over Getting Closer at the end. Pride of Century, third Dalmatia, the favourite unplaced at 7-4, but had no luck.
White Oriental Ruler. Then came Magari and Ranger's Son and Beach Boy last at the 1400. Cobra in front, a length to Avatar, 1 to Dalmatia. The fence running third today. 1 away Oriental Ruler, followed by Ranger's Son going around them, a length Getting Closer. Pride of Century, 1 to Blue and White from Foregone Conclusion. 1.5 Magari and a length to Beach Boy. Not a lot of pace on. And here we saw Ranger's Son join Cobra as they went past 1,000. About 1.5 lengths clear from Oriental Ruler and Avatar the rails. 1.5 lengths Getting Closer. Hall goes up, puts Dalmatia in a pocket. 3 deep Blue and White, 1 to Foregone Conclusion, Beach Boy, and then behind them Pride of Century, and last of all is Magari, about 8 off the lead. 800 out now, and Ranger's Son on the outside of Cobra, 1.5 Oriental Ruler, and they've dawdled. Avatar with the box seat on the rails, Getting Closer, keeping Dalmatia in a pocket as Beach Boy whipped around them. They're going so slowly. Blue and White to the outside. Magari pulled out about 3 deep now with Foregone Conclusion, and Pride of Century last. Into the straight now, and Ranger's Son and Cobra were together, 1.5 lengths. Avatar trying to get out from Oriental Ruler. Dalmatia in a bad pocket and keeping in there. Getting Closer from Blue and White. Beach Boy, fine Foregone Conclusion, and Magari pulled out. It's Ranger's Son just in front, but Getting Closer's got it snookered. Dalmatia's got forced back to last. Getting Closer went to the lead at the 300. Magari and Foregone Conclusion out after it now. Hall went for the whip on Getting Closer. He's a neck in front of Magari, and Pride of Century from last. Magari got up to Getting Closer. They fight it out. Getting Closer won't give in. Magari draws level with him, and Magari, I think, knows. Two getting closer. Pride of Century third. Then
out of the Queen Elizabeth Stakes, and the winner here was My Sir Avon, atoning for his somewhat unlucky defeat in the Melbourne Cup on Tuesday, beating Astralin and Payco. And Astralin takes him right off the track in the straight, and they finish up at the outside rail, My Sir Avon and Astralin. And My Sir Avon a little too good.
Sandbagger a length in front from Dry Wine, the pace on again. Length and a half, Prince Plea having a good run inside Gujarat, and a length away then Astralin 3 deep making ground. They're followed by Spring Moss, who got checked slightly there. My Sir Avon whipped to the outside. They were followed further back then by Unique on the rails, Dealer's Choices back behind those runners. Coming down to the 800 metre mark now, and Sandbagger just in front of Dry Wine. A length away is Astralin out 3 deep. Gujarat the centre, Prince Plea the rails, a length and a half, Spring Moss and My Sir Avon. Then a length further back in the field, let's see, is Lovelace Watkins in that bunch of horses. On the turn, Astralin's gone to the lead. G's gone very early on this, and Astralin swept away 2 lengths in front with My Sir Avon out after him into the straight, followed by Gujarat, Dry Wine. Lovelace Watkins hooked out very deep. My Sir Avon gets to Astralin at the 400 from Gujarat. Astralin fighting back, and they're veering off the track. Gujarat is third. Lovelace Watkins plodding on under the whip. My Sir Avon a neck in front of Astralin at the 300. Astralin's knocking him over. Gujarat third. Astralin is knocking My Sir Avon to the outside. My Sir Avon will get it on protest anyway. My Sir Avon and Astralin together. My Sir Avon got ahead in front of Astralin with 50 to go. And My Sir Avon, Astralin coming again. But My Sir Avon won it ahead. He'd have won it without doubt on a protest. Astralin second. 3 lengths away third. Payco got up for third. Then
yes, there was a fair bit of bumping going on over the final stages there, and the pair of them finishing wide on the track, but My Sir Avon won it, and there was no need for a protest anyway. Now to race 7, the Carnival Handicap.
So is Segovian Rhythm, Papal Bull and Bowl Jet. Those 4 have gone to the outside. Rymick Bay led down the inside from Sands Rival. Sonny Chevelle showing speed, and back behind them is Captain Piper and Rotarian. He's a Hayes back in about 6th or 7th place there. On the outside now, it's Addington in front of Papal Bull and Bowl Jet. Not much between them, and a length to Mighty Supremo, and then Segovian Rhythm. With 500 to go, and Rymick Bay on the inside from Sands Rival and Sonny Chevelle, and Mighty Avalanche poking up to join them. Then came Equatorial and He's a Hayes. Down the outside, Addington joined by Bowl Jet and Papal Bull. And now Mighty Supremo called on for its efforts, moving through to make almost a line of 4. Sonny Chevelle in front of the flat side. The outside's got it. Bowl Jet's in front of Papal Bull and Mighty Supremo, and Bowl Jet's coming away to win it well. Bowl Jet goes down to the line to win by 2 lengths to Papal Bull. He's a Hayes third in front of Mighty Supremo. Then Texas.
Now to the last race of the day, and Nicholas John continuing this amazing run of success, having his first run since winning the Canberra Cup, which followed the Metropolitan in Sydney, and he was able to win this one pretty easily. Headed now for Perth and the Perth Cup. Nicholas John racing away to beat Tuna 2 and Noble Boa.
700 out there on the corner. And the field bunching up a little bit now. Mansion Downs a length to Tuna 2 is out after him now. Half a length to Lure back, about 3 lengths to Our Planet, gradually making ground from Centra Brecius. Lost Valley looking for a run from Lord Marcellus and Sovereign's Road, and then Para Parap. Tuna 2 got to the lead in the straight, but on the outside, Lure back, and Our Planet going for a run in the centre from Centra Brecius. Here's Nicholas John with a strong run, and then Lost Valley hooking out. Tuna 2 in front with 300 to go, with Nicholas John coming after him, but Tuna 2 fighting on. Lost Valley at the head of the rest. It's Tuna 2 grabbed by Nicholas John at the 200, and Nicholas John swept to the lead from Tuna 2. Well back is Noble Boa finishing on well, but this one Nicholas John getting a little weary near the line, but will win it. 3/4 of a length. Gee, this horse has improved. Tuna 2 second, Noble Boa third, Lost Valley.
Okay, that was the meeting yesterday at Flemington. Now let's check out the double and treble information. Combinations there, 522, Synsky, Magari and Bowl Jet, 23.50 the double, and the treble paid $61.85. And the extra double, 1 and 2, by Sir Avon and Nicholas John, paid $3.65. Right after this break, we'll be back with the replay of all races. Beat Neander's Joy and Tan's Joy.
Regal Manor, and back at the tail, Thunder Love at the 600, Tan's Joy. A half length on John's Planet, a length for Social Grace, Lunar Light, followed closely by Sabre Dancer, and 2.5 lengths to Artful Dancer, followed closely by Neander's Joy. Oh, Tan's Joy's run right off the track as they commence the swing around the home corner. Sabre Dancer getting through the centre, and over on the inside is Social Grace. And as they come towards the 200, Sabre Dancer on the inside looks to be just in front of Tan's Joy, almost on the outside, and then Social Grace and Neander's Joy. But 100 metres to go. It's Sabre Dancer in front. Neander's Joy running on pretty well. Sabre Dancer, however, holding Neander's Joy and Tan's Joy. And as they hit the line, Sabre Dancer gets the money from Neander's Joy and the erratic Tan.
The second event, the Welter Handicap, Star Parade and Tandrio fight this one out with Star Parade doing just a shade the better right on the line to beat the favourite Tandrio, who started at 13-4, and they had it between themselves a long way from home.
Nearly a length, Star Parade and Willingly. Folly's Princess having no luck, and a length Toxo hemmed away. Then Very Real, Sir Clip followed by Atlas, and then now Giovanni Boulders Brass under the whip, and old Baruna Sabres last. In the straight, 250 left to go. Tandrio as the rider draws the Persuader. A half length on Star Parade, Willingly trying to get between them, and a length to Atlas on the outside. Tandrio almost joined by Star Parade. Star Parade and Tandrio are battling it out. Tandrio giving plenty. Star Parade lunging on the line. Tandrio or Star Parade on the line. It's very, very close. Very tight indeed. Third would be Willingly, I'd say, just ahead of Atlas, followed home.
Race 3, and the winner here was Grand Gala. He was well back to start at 13-8, but Biscoville was the favourite, 11-8. Biscoville finishes second, and third home was Lord Rise. Here's the replay coming up now. Race 3, Warwick Farm.
Approaching the 650, and it's Biscoville leading the way. He's out by a length on Parados. Grand Gala travelling third, a length. The Lord Rise pushed along. The outside of him is My Charvain, and 2.5 lengths to Gordemus. Onto the home corner at the 450. Not a lot of change here. Biscoville in front now. Grand Gala trying to get between Biscoville and Parados, and succeeds in doing so. And as they swing now, Grand Gala's coming after Biscoville. A length and a half into Parados, followed on the outside by My Charvain. Grand Gala and Biscoville. Grand Gala on the outside's taken a break of about a half length now. 100 to go. It's Grand Gala, 3/4 of a length on Biscoville, who has no answer to Grand Gala's finish. Clear of Lord Rees, and Grand Gala wins it well. Grand Gala over Biscoville. In third place, Lord Rees, then My Sharp.
Race 4, the winner was Silver Lay. He jumped to the lead at the start and led at a fairly leisurely speed in the middle stages. Il Rubino, the favourite, finishes second. Muse in third, but never really looked like getting to Silver Lay.
Then comes Countdown. On the outside, Star Dancer. A length the Gold Noble. On the outside is Market Run, and then Musin. Mother Courage second last, and Kira Caper has tailed right off. It's Silver Lay just leading Il Rubino as they swing the bend. 2 lengths to Riverdor. A length and a half to Gold Noble, followed by Star Dancer. And then a break to Musin in the straight, and Silver Lay kicked. A length and a half the break now in Il Rubino. In third place, Riverdor. Then comes Gold Noble, and a length to Musin. They've still got to catch Silver Lay. Silver Lay shaken up. It's a length and a half. Il Rubino, they're not going to get Silver Lay. Silver Lay holding Il Rubino. Musin will get up for third, but Silver Lay, cleverly ridden, has beaten Il Rubino. Third was Musin, followed home by Riverdor, Gold Noble, Mother Courage.
Race 5 was won by one of the equal favourites, Hussar's Command, beating Stunette. Hussar's Command wins easily. Stunette makes up good ground in the run home, but never looked like getting to Hussar's Command. Royal Equerry third.
A length and a half to Hussar's Command, who's travelling over on the inside of Bevan's forecast. A length and a half on Stunette being urged along, and then Royal Equerry. Langur is starting to lose ground, and so too is Arctic Season, and John Dury is last of all. On the swing for home, almost 3 in line. Royal Dwayne joined by Acis. Looking for the inside run and getting it is Hussar's Command. And as they set sail for the run of the judge, it's Hussar's Command dashing to the lead now. Stunette on the outside is warming up, followed by Spanish Star. It's Hussar's Command in front, 100 to go. It's about 2 lengths on Stunette, who's finishing on fairly well, but not well enough. Hussar's Command, aided by a dream run, is safely holding Stunette and Royal Equerry, and Hussar's Command has won it nicely.
Race 6, the 2-year-old, top of the nap, the winner here, starting at 3-1. Folding Money was very heavily back, started favourite at 10-9, was slow to get going, Folding Money, and never really got into the fray, was always well back. Top of the nap, beating Calm Duke and Hot Char third.
Hot Char by a neck. Calm Duke 2 further back, a length essential, followed by Gibbernack, and then Newington Road Credentials, and tailed off the favourite Folding Money. Near the corner, 450 out, and the Country Gallop at top of the nap, a length and a quarter Hot Char. Third, Calm Duke. On the outside is Essential, a length and a half Gibbernack, 2 Credentials, and the last couple of Newington Road and Folding Money around the corner. And top of the nap in front by a length and a half. Travelling second is Calm Duke, third on the outside, battling on reasonably Hot Char, followed by Essential. But the lead at top of the nap coming down to the 100. It's about a length and a quarter on Calm Duke, battling on well, but I reckon top of the nap in front. Calm Duke cutting him down. Will he make it? No, he couldn't quite get there. Top of the nap, I feel, has just lasted to beat Calm Duke, who ran on very, very stylishly. Then came in third place on the outside, Hot Char.
Race 7, and the winner was Tod Time, raced up close to the pace. Regal Carrioid made the speed. Tod Time handy to Regal Carrioid at the corner. and then quickly went to Regal Carrier and went on to score easily. Ensign Yacht third.
3/4 Tod Time, a length Michaela, followed by Carrier Lad, Mirror Image. A length away next is Ensign Yacht, followed on the outside next as they swing past the 500 by Bridgeman, 2 lengths Radiant Ruler, Trench Digger, then Calm Joe Fields at Troy, and forget about Gay Tony. Around the corner and the speedy Regal Carrier. 3/4 of a length on Tod Time in close attendance. 2 to Ensign Yacht, then Carrier Lad, and a length and a half Michaela, followed by Mirror Image. Radiant Ruler's a minute away. Tod Time raced past Regal Carrier at the 150. It's Tod Time about 3/4 of a length on Regal Carrier, clear of Ensign Yacht. Calm Joe running home, but it's a very good win to Tod Time. Tod Time by a length and 3/4 to Regal Carrier at Ensign Yacht, and then came Calm Joe.
The final event of the day, Tristram Lad goes on to beat Rome quite easily. Bold and Brazen finishing third, and Kindly Thought was the favourite starting at 15 to 8. It was Tristram Lad too good for them, racing away to score quite easily. Rome running on Gamely for second money.
Magenda's Absolute at the 600 and past it, coming onto the bend, and Bold and Brazen to Tristram Lad and Penhagen. In third position, go fourth now Kindly Thought, and Marshall shaking up the favourite, a length and a half to Rome, who's bottled away, and then Make Mine Dollars and Lord Burlington homeward bound, and Bold and Brazen has a handy break and straightens about 2.5 lengths clear on Tristram Lad. 2 further back Kindly Thought, and then a gap to Rome on the inside. At the 100, Tristram Lad is coming after Bold and Brazen. A length away to Rome on the inside from Kindly Thought, but Tristram Lad gains the upper hand. Rome running on fast, but Tristram Lad will hang on and beat Rome. It's Tristram Lad on the line by 3/4 to Rome. Third was Bold and Brazen, followed by Kindly Thought. And then...
Now the double and treble information from the meeting yesterday at Warwick Farm. Winning combination 719 Silver Lay, Hussar's Command Tod Time. The double paid $7.50 and the treble returned $28.25. That was the meeting yesterday in Sydney. I'll be back a little later with the racing last night from Albion Park. And we'll show you...
To the rear. Down the side, 850 metres to go, and Deep Reflection led, followed by Swift Talon, who's on the outside of Lacudelons, confidentially fourth outside our Sierra Court, then Bright Treble. Sao Borgia next on the rails, followed by Ryder, Lilting Star improving, Mower on the inside, Northern Beam in the midfield, Kelly's Pool going forward. Noble Claudius next on the outside of Hot Diggity, Phil Byrne, followed by Fleet Time, Mineral Man next to last, High King, and Sovereign Chief on the fence at the tail of the field. On the bend, about 420 metres to go, and Deep Reflection led them round the turn, a length and a half clear now of Lacudelon. Sierra Court moving up at a third. Sao Borgia behind them, then confidentially Bright Treble on the outside, Lilting Star and Sovereign Chief down the extreme outsiders coming home well. At the 300 metre mark, Deep Reflection led. Oh, have a look at Sovereign Chief, he's flashing home. Bright Treble is battling on, then Ryder, but Sovereign Chief beat them in a stride. Sovereign Chief dashed away with 100 metres to go from Deep Reflection, then Kelly's Pool Rider, Phil Byrne flying home, but Sovereign Chief scored a brilliant win. Seconds a photo, Ryder, Phil Byrne, Kelly's Pool.
It was just a touch outside of Luskin Star's track record, so it was a great run by Sovereign Chief. You can see him going past them there in a stride, and he's raced away from Deep Reflection. Ryder and Phil Byrne battling on fairly well, but it was all Sovereign Chief over the final part, and he careered away to win it very easily. Sovereign Chief winning the Brisbane Handicap, starting at 7-2. Kelly's Pool, the unplaced favourite, at 11-4. There he is coming back into the enclosure now. Sovereign Chief, ridden by Mike Pelling. Shortly after the weigh-in, we were able to catch up with Mike. Well, Mike, he was a mile back in the early stages. That concern you at all with the big field?
Oh, no, we expected him to get back. Matter of fact, we wanted him to get back. The race had to be run with a lot of pace because there's a lot of horses drawn wide with pace, and they had to get across, so it was going to be a hard-run race. And we sort of really knew if he hadn't been back running last, we would have been surprised.
When did he start to make up his ground, mate?
Well, he wasn't really travelling until he got to about the 600. From then on, it was just a matter of getting a little bit of luck, and he was going to be hard to beat.
He beat them so easily in the straight, so easily and so quickly.
Well, he's sort of come into the straight like he just joined in the race.
Yeah.
But he's that sort of a horse, when he wants to go, is the time to let him go. If you can get the runs at the right time, it's great. And that's just what happened. He's the sort of a horse you've got to ride him how he wants to be ridden.
Yeah, well, he certainly looked pretty good today. Congratulations,
Thanks
Mike.
very much, mate.
The Frazer Handicap, and Mike was successful in this race as well on Lord Meady's. He raced up nice and handy to the speed. They tried to put on a bit of pace running past the 1200 metre mark when Coogie made a move on Nureyev. Lord Meady's accelerated quickly at that stage and held his position and was in a winning spot on the home turn and raced on to score easily.
John Claude near the inside and Cassette, Bay Legend, Ben Arkin and Lord Meady's all began well and they vied for the lead early. Decidedly taking a shortcut, slipped over the fence about midfield. Bowl Front moved up on the outside and Uraev about midfield and Jiff and Wing Sing at the rear. And settling down, there's no speed on, about 1,900 metres to go, a little further, just over 2,000. Cassette pulling hard lead. A length and a half Bowl Front. Lord Meady settling beautifully in third. 3 lengths John Claude, Ben Arkin, Uraev, followed by decidedly Bay Legend, Wing Sing and Jiff on his outside at the tail of the field. Working out of the straight now, about 1,950 metres to go, and Cassette led them into the turn. Came out a length and a half, length and a quarter now in front of Bowl Front, moving closer. 3 lengths Lord Meady's. A length and a half John Claude on the inside of Ben Arkin. They're followed by Bay Legend. Uraev is out 3 wide, decidedly on the fence, followed by Wing Sing racing on the inside of Jiff. Running to the back, short of 1,600 metres to go, and Cassette lobbing along the leader. 2 lengths clear of Bowl Front, 6 lengths Lord Meady's, a length and a half John Claude on the inside of Ben Arkin. Uraev looking for more speed, pulling his way up 3 wide on the outside, decidedly settled well. He's inside Bay Legend. Jiff going up 3 wide as Wing Sing dropped to the tail of the field. And over the back, 1,300 metres to go. The grey out in front is Cassette. A length and a quarter Bowl Front, 2 lengths Lord Meady's and Uraev. They're both off the fence and going up very quickly in front. Lord Meady's will tackle for the lead at the 1,200 metre mark. At this point, Cassette joined by Lord Meady's on the outside and Uraev third, covering Bowl Front on the fence. 3 lengths further back, John Claude, then Ben Arkin, decidedly Jiff, Bay Legend and Wing Sing the trailer. Down the side, 900 metres to go, and Cassette a length and a half. Lord Meady's lobbing along. He's going well on the outside of Bowl Front. A length and a quarter, Uraev just behind them. Then Ben Arkin starting a run on the outside of John Claude. Jiff tracking those two, followed by decidedly, then Bay Legend moving forward. And still Wing Sing whipped them in. About 700 metres to go. Cassette the leader. Only half a length in front of Lord Meady's, ready to pounce of good enough. Uraev third on the outside of Bowl Front, then Ben Arkin. John Claude over on the inside. Jiff working around the field, then Bay Legend followed by decidedly next to last in the fence. And Wing Sing coming up them wide. In the straight, about 400 metres to go. Pelling said go on Lord Meady's. He raced up to take the lead. Tackle and turn by Uraev. Uraev out after Lord Meady's. They're together with 300 metres to go. Ben Arkin coming at the pair. Wing Sing down the outside, but Lord Meady's beat off Uraev with 150 metres to go. Now Ben Arkin's running home well under the whip. Lord Meady's the leader. Uraev and Ben Arkin having another crack at him, but Lord Meady's too strong. He outstays them, and Lord Meady's wins and gives Mike Pilling the 2 main races. Second Uraev, third Ben Arkin.
You see Lord Meady's about a length in front of Uraev at this stage. Ben Arkin running on fairly well on the outside, and Bay Legend getting to the line pretty good as well. And he's going to be suited over the 3,200 metres next week, but it's Lord Meady's in front and starting to move away again, close to home. He went on and score easily. He started the favourite at 6-4, Lord Meady's, beating Uraev, and third in was Ben Arkin. There's Mike coming back to scale after his win on the Frazer Handicap. And after the race, we were able to talk to the trainer of Lord Meady's, Pat Duff. He was always going very easily and looked the winner a long way from home in that race.
He did, Wayne, yes.
Mike rode him very well, set him up in the box seat, and there was plenty of acceleration there when he popped him, the big question in the straight.
A bit of a tactics there over the back with him and Cookie, and fortunately his horse was able to kick up and hold Cookie out, wasn't he?
Now, Pat, you've got the Queensland Cup in mind for him next week, and I guess everyone's a little doubtful about 3,200 metres. What are your thoughts? Only because he hasn't been over it before. What are your thoughts on it?
Well, I spoke to Michael briefly when he came back in. He said that he did want to work a bit harder today than he did the other day, but he said that the run he thinks will do him a lot of good for a 3,200 metre race. And, you know, on breeding, the horse should run 3,200.
Well, that gives you a strong hand in the Cup next week, because you've also got Bay Legend, and you liked his run today.
His run was a top 2-mile run. A beauty. He came home very stoutly.
And he's proved himself over the journey, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's a proven 2-miler. He's run second in it last year.
All right, Pat, well, the best of luck next week, and congratulations on today's win, mate.
Thank you, Wayne. Good. Thank you.
In race 7, Mel Shoemaker was able to bring up that winning treble with Silver Noble, beating out Tommy and Class of Fier. Silver Noble starting at 8-1, reached the lead close to home in the last 50 metres or so, and went on to beat out Tommy. The favourite here, Costadella, at 3-1.
The inside, and Chief Paleface got out well. Beauvalous began quickly. He's up sharing the lead on settling down. Silver Noble urged along by Shoemaker, moving into third, followed then on the outside by Fresh Fibre. Crondall's getting into a handy spot, getting back Mingdor worse than midfield. Definite ring about 3 wide. Costadella couldn't go early, next to last, and Halachan is at the tail of the field. Up the side now, 1,800 metres to go. Connor Country sneaked off to lead 4 lengths to Beauvalous on the inside of Crondall, and Chief Paleface Paleface, Silver Noble the centre. Fresh Fibre trapped out 3 wide, a length and a half. Nukuami on the outside. Sound Control is midfield on the inside of Class of Fier. Tommy just behind them inside Mingdor. They're followed by Definite Ring getting over to the rails now. Sanamore is further back, followed by Rungus. Next to last, Costa Della and Halachan at the tail of the field. Connor Country well clear. 1,400 metres to go at a lead of 6 lengths over Crondall. A length and a half Nukuami moving into third. Fresh Fibre fourth on the inside. A length further back, Silver Noble going okay. Bovalloose on the fence now. Class of Fier moving up on the outside of Chief Paleface. They're followed by Sound Control. Mingdor out wide. Our Tommy saving ground on the inside of that pair, followed by Sanamore. Further back, Devanate Ring, and they're followed by Rungus. Next to last, Costa Della. Halachan last of all. At the back, 1,000 to go. Connor Country, the pilot. 2.5 lengths now in front of Crondall on the inside of Nukuami, then Fresh Fibre. Class of Fier improving quickly to fourth. Silver Noble is next in the centre. A length further back then, Bovalloose. Mingdor going up 3 wide. Sound Control next on the outside of Chief Paleface, and they're followed by Sanamore working forward now. Our Tommy next on the inside of Definite Ring, followed by Halachan, Rungus and Costa Della. Whip them in. Over the crossing, 600 metres to go, and Connor Country later length and a half. Nukuami, they're followed by Crondall. Class of Air fourth on the outside of Fresh Fibre. Silver Noble to the outside, starting to run on. Mingdor is next, followed by Bovalloose. Over towards the inside, Chief Paleface, and our Tommy is coming off the fence and threading his way through the field. 350 metres to go, and a Connor Country the leader. Class of Air out after him at a second. Silver Noble on the outside, running home well, and Mingdor, Definite Ring, Sanamore, Costa Della down the outside. Class of Air reached the lead, passing the 200 with Silver Noble. Our Tommy can't get in the clear. Now he hits the open spaces. Silver Noble and Class of Air. Our Tommy flying. They go to the line. It's Silver Noble. Silver Noble from Our Tommy or Class of Air. Close up Mingdor.
Now the side-on shot over the final stages. That's Class of Air in front. Connor Country over on the inside. And you'll see Silver Noble pop in right at the end there, and there he is with Shoemaker taking him to the front right on the line, Silver Noble. And Silver Noble beat the fast finishing out Tommy out wide, and third was Class of Air. The last race of the day, good finish this one with White Ant, the short price favourite, just getting the money right on the line. Grey Colnick kicked back strongly, and Oxymore looked short a score about 50 metres out, but White Ant got to the pair of them right on the post and scored a narrow win. White Ant started the favourite at 5-4, and here's the replay now of race 8.
Call Me Hot near the inside, and Dom, 2 bears to go. Vintage Beige, Bungle the start along last and settling down. Western Kiwi began well with Genderly and Sarah Gem. Prince Vesperin behind the leader settling down. Oxymore about midfield. A little worse than midfield was Grey Conlick, who's on the inside of White Ant, who's in front of 5 runners. Over the back now, about 1,300 metres to go. Western Kiwi pulling hard the leader. Led a length and a quarter Genderly up on the outside of Call Me Hot, followed by Dom in fourth, then Prince Vesper. On the inside of Sarah Gem, a length and a half further back. Vintage Beige making ground quickly now to midfield on the outside of Oxymore. White Ant is behind them, and they're followed by Roman Relic. Grey Colnick next in the rails, getting a nice run. 2 lengths further back, Troika King and Harrow wet at the tail of the field. Down the side, just on 800 metres to go. Western Kiwi pulling very hard, a length and a quarter, Genderly. Call Me Hot third on the inside of Dom, moving up on the outside. Prince Vesper behind them, then Sarah Gem. Roman Relic starting to circle the field very quickly. Oxymore over on the inside. White Ant is starting to thread its way through the field. Vintage Beige losing ground quickly, followed by Grey Colnick. They're followed by Troika King and Harrow at the tail of the field. On the turn, about 420 metres to go, and Western Kiwi first to the turn. Call Me Hot and Dom on the outside, making up ground quickly to make a line of 3. Oxymore in behind them. Prince Vesper the centre. They're followed by Sarah Gem, White Ant, and Roman Relic is coming down the extreme outside. White Ant couldn't get a run. He's put to the extreme outside. At the 200 metre mark, Call Me Hot just in front of Dom. Grey Colnick went through on the centre. Oxymore up on the inside. White Ant down the extreme outside. Oxymore, Grey Colnick and White Ant on the extreme outside. They go towards the line, and it's, by Jove, very close, Grey Colnick.
The side-on shot over the final stages, and that's Oxymore over on the inside. Now you'll see White Ant and Grey Colnick. Here they come right down the outside. It certainly didn't look as though he'd got there, White Ant, but the photo showed that he had, thank heavens. And White Ant beat Grey Colnick, and Oxymore finished third. OK, now the double and treble information for the meeting yesterday at Eagle Farm. 3-4-14 to finish as second. Quite a good run, the second horse, Henrietta. Gets to the line good over the final stages. Good Prospects was the favourite here, starting at 5-2.
So is Factor Fantasy, and they're followed further back by Minor Sensation and Henrietta over on the rails. As they settle down, Rescind and Bendaboo at the 700, led about a length and a half, Fact or Fantasy. They were followed by Henrietta on the inside from Good Prospects, and Rosa Vengeance going into a prominent position too. And further back behind them, Dancing Jean. On the corner, Bendaboo just led from Rescind. They're almost together. 2 lengths to Fact or Fantasy, and then came Henrietta. Good Prospects went very wide. In the straight, Rescind and Bendaboo together, with Bendaboo taking the lead about a neck, and they're 2 lengths to Henrietta, Rosa Vengeance, Fact or Fantasy. Rescind's fighting back very strongly. Highland's riding confidently, and Rescind put its head in front with 150 to go from Bendaboo and then Henrietta. Rescind kept going about a half length clear, and she's going to win. Down to the line, and Rescind has won at about a length and a quarter. Flashing home, Henrietta's got second, ahead in front of Bendaboo. About 5 lengths to Good Prospects, fourth from Oppies.
The second event, and the winner here was Range Rover, starting at 11 to 1 and racing away to score very easily in the straight. Roche didn't have a great deal of luck. He was just held up for a run at a crucial stage of the race, but he would never have beaten the winner. And Beach Boy finishes third. The favourite in this race was Manchu, who started at 11 to 4, and the Sydney side had never got in it.
And last of all now is Baskiri as they come down the hill. With about 700 to go, and the leader, Bavul, a length and a half, Range Rover. They were followed then by Beach Boy, who's gone up quickly to be third on the outside of Lord Stain. One further back, Roche, under great pressure, and it was followed by Tilapia, a runder. Manchu must be giving them 20 lengths start into the straight. We're the leaders here, Bavul tackled by Range Rover, and now Beach Boy pulled to the outside, but under the whip. Then Lord Stain, followed by Roche, struggling, and a good gap, Tilapia, followed by Manchu, but Range Rover gave them the slip, and he's dashed right away at the 200. Well clear of Bavul. Roche, Beach Boy can't go on, and they're followed by Tilapia, but Range Rover's going to win by about 4 or 5 lengths. Roche is battling it out for second with Beach Boy. Roche is going to run second, Beach Boy third, then Tilapia, Benbrook, Beville. Manchu was at the head of the others, and they're followed by Grand Grove.